Hey folks, this is Rock and Roll King Robert R. McFarland talking to you. I got my buddy Rusty and Jolene here. Now Jolene, you got to leave him to go. People want to see him. Now, we're talking about stories behind the songs for the Rock and Roll CD. Now, this is the Rock CD, track number 7. It's a song called My Dog's Name is Rusty, and this is the guy who it's about. Right? Oh, right. But so, anyways. This song, My Dog's Name is Rusty, was actually written probably 2 or 3 years ago. Or actually longer than that, excuse me. I had Rusty almost 2 years now. So this song was probably written 3 or 4, maybe 5 years ago. And I just found it on the cassette tape. I don't have it in front of me. But I had it written, and I had it in my head. But when I went in the studio to find it, or to record it, I couldn't find the original track because I had some different lyrics on there. So I remembered the chorus, and I think I remembered the first line of the song, and I might not have that one pulled up. But anyways, I got in the studio, and I was originally going to do this song just for his YouTube channel, Rusty. He has a Facebook page. My Dog's Name is Rusty, and don't you? And he has a YouTube channel. My Dog's Name is Rusty. So I wanted to start a channel to show people, my love of Boston Terriers. And maybe give people some tips of how to, train Boston Terriers, and maybe some products and food they like, do some reviews. So I'm still going to work on that this year. But anyways, the song My Dog's Name is Rusty was already in my head. And I had 3 Boston Terriers before him, and I wasn't going to get another dog, but then somehow I wanted to get another dog. Been out of college, and I wanted to get a dog and walk with him to get me back in better shape, and to have a little buddy when I came home. I've got 2 cats, but I wanted to get a little dog to walk outside with and play fetch and frisbee and stuff like that. So I got on a website, I think it was called Pet Finder maybe, and was looking for Boston Terriers. Now I originally wanted to get a blue and white, which is basically a black and white Boston Terrier without the black pigment, so it kind of looks kind of grayish blue. But I seen this one dog, and he was a red Boston Terrier, and I wanted to get him, so I actually called. And when I talked to the guy who was going to sell him, again, he was only like 8 or 10 weeks old. The person who called right before me had already had him, and he was red like Rusty, but he didn't have hardly any white on him, so he was really red and all. See, he sees himself in the picture there, don't you, buddy? That's you, Rusty. That's what you look like. You're on video. So anyways, I wanted to get that one, but so I was like, oh. And the topper was, the dog's name was Rusty. I was like, dude, I got this song. I've got Rusty. This, instead of getting a black and white Boston Terrier or a blue and white Boston Terrier, I'll get a red one because I got this perfect song for him. And the dog, he's getting tired. The dog's name was Rusty. I was like, oh, this is it. So anyways, that dog was already sold. So I kept looking, and I couldn't find one there. So I was looking on the internet of the classifieds in my area and in Ohio, and I found a lady who had, I think, 2 males left is all she had. So I said, cool, because they was red and white, and they was 9 weeks old. So anyways, change over on this side, buddy, so maybe they can see you a little better. Yeah, stand up there. There you go, bub. They can see you now. So anyways, I said, can I come up and check them out? And the one that I was originally going to get kind of looked more like one that I had. I had a red and white one a couple years ago called Madison, and she recently passed away about a year ago. But my mom and dad actually had her. She was my dog, but mom and dad had her. So I haven't really had a dog myself for years. But anyways, I said, let me come up and check those 2 out. So the original one I was going to get looked more like Madison. But everybody who's seen a picture of Rusty said, that's the one you got to get. Get that one. And I thought Rusty looked cute, but I wanted to get the other one because it looked more like Madison. So she let me come up actually on Easter Day. So me and my mom drove up there, and I picked the one that I wanted up first, and it didn't really want too much to do with me. And I put it back down, and it was like chewing on a towel or something. Well, when she picked Rusty up, I said, well, let me play with the other one for a little bit. When I put him down, he just wanted to jump back up in my arms. And Mom goes, I'm telling you, that's the guy to pick. because they always say if an animal picks you, do you want to go see what they're chasing? They're all chasing a cat, I think. So Mom said if an animal picks you, your bond's already set. You know, sometimes you can try to pick an animal, but you don't bond. So Rusty, every time I put him down, he would jump back up in my arms, and you know, or if she put him down, he wanted to be held and played with. So I went against my instinct, and I got Rusty. So when I got Rusty, you know, I went back to this song. I said, there he is again. Hey, buddy. I said, got to finish this song up. So I was in the studio with Joe, and I said, I got this song, My Dog's Name is Rusty. Let's make a little jingle. Because I already had 21 songs. The CD started out as 10, then it went to 12, it went to 15 songs, and I had 21 songs. So I wasn't going to include this on the album. So the original way the song was sung was me singing it, but I was singing it like, you know, well, my dog's name is Rusty. So that's how I wanted to sing it. You know, kind of hillbillyish, kind of, you know, a funny song. Because I didn't really consider myself a singer. So I went to sing it like that, and Joe immediately stopped the recording and said, dude, what are you doing? I said, well, that's how I want to sing it. He goes, no, just sing it straight, man, the best you can. That's not going to work because, you know, I was so off on pitch trying to do that, it wasn't lining up. So I said, man, I'm not really a singer. He goes, dude, just try to sing it the best you can. It definitely is not going to work the way you're singing it, and even if it's for fun, it's not going to sound that good. So I sung it the best I could, and actually didn't do too bad. Then Joe put some harmonies on it. Then I actually put a bass on it. And I'm like, well, my dog's name is Rusty. Singing like that. So it mixes really good. So you have the middle voice, you got the high voice, you got the lower bass. So I recorded the banjo, mandolin, and guitar rhythm. Then I said, bass, or Joe, do you want to play bass on this? So he played bass. I said, I really hear some snare on there. So he doesn't play drums. He had a snare there, fortunately. I said, could you play snares on there? And he actually played snares on there. Did he, buddy? We did this all for Rusty. You come back over, Bob? Come on. You're going to get a bone now. So anyways, all we had left to do was the guitar, banjo, and mandolin solo. Come on. Come on, Bob. Come on. So anyways, I had to go back in the studio to do that. And I didn't realize how fast the song was, but I had to write a banjo solo, a mandolin solo, and a guitar solo for this. So I was really sweating in the studio to record this. And we had to do some cut and paste because it was tough to get, you know, one take down. But we did an awesome version when we got done with it. We was like, dude, this song really has to be on the album. We stretched it out. I actually went home and wrote another verse to it. And I think it's just a little over 2.5 minutes long. But this is my buddy Rusty. This is who we dedicated it to. Joe got to meet him a couple times, got his picture with him, and I always send Joe and them pictures of them on the holidays. But again, the song My Dog's Name is Rusty was written before he was even born. The first Rusty was already taken, so we had to search for another Rusty, so we ended up getting him. And folks, I could not have picked a better dog. This guy is a man of 1,000 faces. As you can see, he loves to play with me and lick me. And he is so funny. And he loves the walks. I don't like to mention that word because he really likes that. But folks, that's the story behind My Dog's Name is Rusty. This has been episode 7 of Stories Behind the Songs, SBTS. This has been the Rock and Roll King, Robert R. McFarlane, and the Rock and Rollin' Rusty right here. We've been talking to you today. And I had a lot of fun with this video with my buddy. This is the one I was most excited to do. I did 7 in a row. I was only going to do 1 or 2. I said, I got to get to My Dog's Name is Rusty. But I got a surprise for you. I might do 2 more videos to show you why. But folks, music's the soundtrack of life. Have some every day. It's all for one, one for all, and all for rock and roll. And how could you not love a face like this? Show him, Rusty. Show him that little beautiful mug. Look here. There he is. Look at that mug. Okay, folks. Till next time. Thanks.